Launching on International Pet Day. Yes, that is a real thing. Lyft is now launching Lyft Pet Mode. What does that mean for passengers and drivers? How much more can we make? And what's going to be involved? Let's find out. Hi, I'm Tyler from the RideShare Guy. On today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new feature, Lyft Pet Mode, and what that means for all of us drivers that are out there, as well as the passengers as well. Are you looking for a way not only to make more money, but also to save more money? One of the biggest expenses for drivers is gas. One of the best ways to save is to find different ways to get money back from the purchases you're going to make already. Upside is a great app that I've been able to use to save myself hundreds of dollars on gas, our biggest expense as drivers. If you're interested in finding out more, check out the link in the description below. On August 26th, or International Pet Day, Lyft is actually launching Lyft Pet Mode. So what this will be is whenever a passenger goes to request a ride, right now they'll see things like a Lyft Priority, Lyft Regular, Lyft XL, but starting on the 26th, they will also see a new feature, which will be Lyft Pet. And so with that, that'll let the driver know that they're going to be receiving a passenger with a pet, and it kind of lets everybody know what's going on without having to make an additional call. Now, I've had in the past different ride requests of people that have dogs. Typically, they call as soon as you get the request, in my experience anyway, and let you know, hey, I have a pet. They're not going to be an issue, and they explain why they have a pet or whatever. Maybe it's a service animal. We're going to talk about that in just a moment. But whatever the case may be, I've taken those rides in the past because I don't mind dogs at all. I'm not a huge pet lover. I don't have one myself. However, they don't scare me enough to push me away from getting these rides. And so I've always taken them in the past. So with Lyft Pet Mode, you're going to get an additional $4. It's going to charge the passenger $4. And those $4 are going directly to the driver for the ride. So for every single ride that you do in Pet Mode, you're going to get an additional $4 on top of your fee that you would get regularly. In addition, for the launch of Lyft Pet Mode, what they'll be doing is working with different animal shelters and giving out deals for Lyft rides for adopting new pets at these participating shelters. So you'll actually be able to get a new friend, a new part of the family, and then also get some discounts on your Lyft rides moving forward as well. Another kind of cool thing that they're doing for this time frame is they're going to be giving a paw print rating instead of a star rating. So instead of receiving a 5-star rating, you could receive a 5-paw rating. So I would hope that everyone involved in this, because usually animal lovers are huge and friendly people usually. So I'm hoping everyone just gets 5 paws, but it's a kind of a cool thing. Not something that's really going to benefit you in the long run to make more money, but it is kind of a cool little badge that you'd be able to have just to say that you've got it. But just one of those things that Lyft is doing right now. But how will this Lyft Pet Mode really affect drivers? And really the ultimate question, how will it benefit drivers? So first, we've got that $4 extra that you're going to get per Lyft Pet Mode ride. Now, you may be thinking, and you're not wrong, that $4 really isn't that much more money. In my area, $4 is about a gallon of gas. In some places, it's not even a gallon of gas. So what is $4 going to do for you? Well, here's the thing. A lot of drivers, myself included, would take these rides already. So it's $4 extra that you're going to get, and it's irregardless of something that you would do anyway. So if you were going to take a ride that was 5 miles and $15, and now that ride is 5 miles and $19, you're going to make $4 more for something you were going to do anyway. So that's number one. That's a great thing about it, is you're going to get more money for doing something you would do anyway. Another great benefit of the Lyft Pet Mode is that you're going to know ahead of time that the pets are going to be in the car. So you don't have to get a request and then get there and find out, and then maybe decline the request at that point or cancel the request because you aren't set up to have a pet or you don't want animals in your car, whatever the case may be. But you're going to know ahead of time. You're actually going to be able to opt in and opt out. So if you definitely don't want pets in your car at any time, maybe you're allergic to them, maybe you're scared of them, whatever the case, and justifiably so, you can turn it off, and then that way you won't get those type of requests, and you can go back to canceling requests that come in. But I would say that the majority of people moving forward would start using this feature when they're going to travel with pets. So I definitely see that that's going to benefit those who don't want to take those rides already. It's going to take that stress off. Another thing is that those passengers, in my experience, typically call ahead of time to tell you, hey, I've got a pet. And if you're driving already, it's kind of cumbersome to try to answer the phone. And in some states, it's even illegal to answer the phone. Not only that, if you have another passenger at the car at the time, you don't want to answer the phone for that either, because why would you answer the phone when you have a passenger? You're going to get a bad rating. They're going to feel uncomfortable. You're going to feel uncomfortable. So those phone calls can sometimes be cumbersome. This is going to eliminate that because you're going to know ahead of time that it's a pet pickup. An important thing to realize, though, about pet pickup is we're not talking about service animals here. So service animals are animals that provide a service. The most common one is likely the seeing eye dogs that help blind ones to be able to get around. There are other service dogs out there. We're not talking about emotional support animals. We're talking about actual service animals. So those are different. Now, it's already in Lyft's policy that they can get these rides. They don't have to use the pet mode feature. However, a lot of them are likely, in my opinion, going to do so because they have difficulty with getting rides on a regular basis. Now, sometimes the driver will get there and actually leave them and they have to cancel. This makes it so that they're late to whatever appointment or whatever thing they're trying to get to, and they're just trying to get a ride like everyone else, and the dog is part of the way that they get around, so they need it. It's a service animal. And so unfortunately, they've been put in difficult situations many times, and we have an interview on our podcast of that. But with pet mode, it could alleviate that. So some of them are going to be willing to pay the extra $4 in order to not have that conversation, not have that difficulty. Again, they really shouldn't, because as a service animal, they should be able to get in the car. The service animals are well behaved. You're not even going to notice they're there most of the time. But if you have a severe allergic reaction or you are absolutely terrified, totally understand, which is why this Lyft Pet Mode can be of assistance if they choose to go that route. So there it is, Lyft Pet Mode launching on International Pet Day, August 26th. What do you think? Are you going to turn it on and get that extra $4? Or are you going to turn it off and not even worry about it and leave those rides to someone else? Let us know in the comments below. We read every single one of them. Please subscribe to the channel because you'll find out all new tips and tricks with every video that comes out. And until next time, stay safe out there, everyone.